Wow, it's a blessed day. How are you doing? Good morning if you're watching in the morning. Good afternoon if you're watching in the afternoon. Good evening if you're watching in the evening. My name is Akolade Oluwatoba. I am the good doctor and I will be a facilitator for today on the Wealthy Author. Yeah. Wow. It's gonna be a short time. This is the part one. We shall be looking at the first aspect of becoming an author, becoming a phenomenal author, becoming a responsible author, and more importantly, becoming a wealthy author. Yes. So you're gonna be doing that right away. So thank you for being part of this class. I really appreciate you. But I need to just get into this stuff. Dig my legs there and do some stunts. Are we ready? Yes, let's do this. Now, the wealthy author. I believe the very first thing that came to your mind when you saw this particular title was that, okay, we are going to be talking about basically how to market your book, how to make sure that you earn that 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, even 11 figures from just one book. Yes, it is possible. Yes, it is. The only thing I believe that is not impossible, that is not possible in life, is what human being cannot do. And tell me, what can you not do? You can do everything, almost everything. So join me as we lead on to this particular thing. I want you to understand that I actually gave out this title not just to attract people to register for the classes, but to make sure that everybody see it in themselves, that there is a book in them, that everybody sees it in themselves, that there's something that the world is yearning to listen to in them, just like you. Yes, like you. All right. Now, let's break it down. An author. Who is an author? When you Google it out, when you check a dictionary, you'll be given a definition that an author is basically someone who creates, someone who makes happen, someone who provides. Yes, for whatever thing that comes out from you, whatever thing that has your name as the producer, as the maker, as the creator, definitely you are an author. Now in this context, we are focusing on book writing. Yeah, book writing. So for you to write a book, automatically you have become what? An author. Now I read a lot of books. Every day I read everything. I read something every day. Every blessed day I read something. But do you know that there are some words that some people will create? And by the time you read out those words, you're like, come. Where does this kind of people fall from? Are these people human beings like us? Do they even exist? Oh my God! You'll be like, no. These people don't exist here. That's what you will say, isn't that? But I tell you, they sure exist. These people really exist. You've not been able to come across them. And let's think about it. When these people exist, they are doing what is humanly possible. And in NLP, that is neuro-linguistic programming, we're meant to understand that if anything is humanly possible, definitely it is possible for you too. Yes, it is possible. And there are some content that I will come across. It may be video, it may be text, it may be audio. By listening to them, I will start having headache. Why? Because of the choice of words of the writer, because of the languages, because of the grammar, because of the tenses, and a whole lot of things. All of this is incorporate making you that author that the world recognizes. Look at this. We mentioned Harry Potter, we mentioned Wole Soyinka, we mentioned Chinua Achebe, that's for the non-fictions. We mentioned a lot of people. John Grisham, we mentioned them. There are so much. Donald Trump. All of these authors, they author something. And this book, by the time you read them, you get the value that you actually want for yourself. Are we going together? Awesome. Wonderful. Let's do this. So I wouldn't want you also to just become one of those just authors, but I want you to become that author that when someone carries your book, one, you will be such a person will be able to understand what you are driving at. Secondly, the person will be able to understand every word because you are going to make it simplified. So let me just quickly share with you the three things that you must have in your book as an author. Number one is simplicity. Your book must be written in simple languages that even a year old that can read, even though he can't write yet, that can read will be able to go through. You get it now? So your book must be written in simple languages. Now, when I say simple languages, it doesn't mean that you shouldn't use some words, some choice of words that suits your flow as a writer. You can, you definitely can, but make sure that in the context after which you use that particular word, it goes in a way that anybody can understand. Remember those kind of words that you just go through. By the time you are reading, even though you don't know the meaning, you can predict the meaning. And you check the dictionary and say, wow, so I got this. Yeah, those are the kind of things I'm letting you to understand. I believe you're getting me now. Second thing that as an author you must know is that your book must solve a problem. Your book must solve a problem. The first one was simplicity. Second was solving a problem. Don't just write because you want to write. Write because you want to tackle a problem. Write because you have the answer to the questions that a whole lot of people have been asking about. Write because you want to solve one problem. Simplicity, solve a problem. The third thing that as an author you need to make your book give us is, you want to guess it? Simplicity, solving a problem. So as an author, another thing that your book needs to give us is no other thing but salivation. You need to make us salivate for more. Like, God, I want to have this. You know, back then I can remember we were very young and maybe we've eaten and we are not satisfied. What do? We start beating our pan, like that. You know, by beating our pan, what happened? We are letting our parents know that, mommy, before you sweet, fine. And I can't appreciate, I can't compliment you now, but I just must have more. Make them salivate for more. So I can target the 3S that every writer or every author must have in their books. The 3S, that's simplicity, solving the problem, and making the audience salivate for more. So when you are writing, the first chapter should need to build up a curiosity in the mind of the reader that, come, I must finish this chapter. You know, there are some books that upon reading them, even if you are pressed to go to the lavatory, what would you do? You rather sit down there and let your bladder become full until God say, my son, don't kill yourself, go and urinate you. Get it now? Yes, that is the kind of book I want you to write. Make your first chapter, let it build up that curiosity in the mind of your readers. The second chapter should lead up to the chapter, third chapter, fourth, like that, and it goes on and on and on and on and on and on. So those are the 3S that every writer must have at the back of their mind. You understand? Good. So let us move into the part 1 of this great masterclass. The author. Good. The first part I will be looking at here, I call it the unique proposition solution. The unique proposition solution. Now, what about the unique proposition solution? Growing up, there were some certain occurrence that happened to you as an individual. To some, they were raped. To some, they shot their father and their mother right there in their presence. To some, they were denied of the basic necessities of life. To some, they couldn't get what they desired for in life. And as they keep growing up, sailing through the world, trying to forge ahead to get answers to most questions, we forget these experiences. I remember a movie I watched that says, experience shapes us into something we would eventually become. Let that sink. Experience shapes us into something we would eventually become. So if you are going to become it, definitely you would have experienced it. If you didn't experience it, you won't become it. If a gold didn't experience torture, if a diamond didn't undergo great pain, you, me, I, them, we, us, them will not appreciate their product. So you pass through it so that you can appreciate the person that will become in you. That is why we pass through it. So I now itemize these basic experiences that we have as growing up into 4 major key points. 4 major key points. What are they? We have the G, E, E, K. I call it the G. Can you see that? The G, the E, the K. Gift. Now, what is this telling us? This is telling us that we are talking about the gifts. This is talking about the expertise. This is talking about the experience. And this is talking about what? The knowledge. All of this is I'm sharing with you, they are what build the basics for you as an author. You can't just come out there and say you want to become an author. You have to have the experiences. You have to have some knowledge that I'm going to be sharing with you now. So let's look at them while I explain them to you. Now, talking about gifts. Remember you were that girl, you were that boy then, that whenever you were singing in church, you grab the mic and sing, you start singing, you know how to dance. Let me sing for you so that I can get open the floodgate in abundance. Let me stop there. But I have this. Good. The gift. Or we can call this another meaning. We can say it is talent. You have been born with a natural endowment as you are growing up. But it is a pity that as we are growing up, we lose the relevance. We lose that thing that is begging to be birthed to the world. Our gift. Try to recollect what the people always tell you are good at, that they were finding difficult. Those things that when you do them, you find yourself doing them happily, without no issues, without problem. You do them easily, you do them comfortably, you do them very nice. Think about those things. Think about your younger period, that if you find yourself doing this particular thing, you may not even feel like eating. You may not feel like drinking water. You prefer to stay in that particular place than eat your food. It's only when it is over that I can come back. Think. Is it a sport? Think. Is it a spiritual aspect? Think. Is it how to teach? Think. Is it how to control people? Think. Is it how to become an effective manager? Think. Remember those times that you call your friends. All of them will sit under you, they'll sit before you, and be listening to your words. They'll be listening to every of your statements. All of these things are leading somewhere. I'm telling you, they are leading somewhere. I can remember when I was young then, when I started the class, I also take the marker and say, everybody will listen. We start mimicking the teacher. We start doing what the person was doing, and here I am today. Guess what I'm doing? Check your childhood. What is the message your childhood is trying to pass across to you? It is better you listen to that message now. Listen to that message now. That is a real gift. Expertise. You went to primary school, you went to secondary school, you went to tertiary institution. In your tertiary institution, you went ahead to study, let's say, law or medicine. You graduated as a doctor. Fine, awesome, beautiful, wonderful. Graduating as a doctor means you've been working in an hospital. And you've been doing this consistently for years, saving lives, performing surgical operations, doing a lot of things on human lives and all of that. That is enough expertise for you. Because in one way or the other, you know what I don't know. You know what they don't know. You know what us do not know. Yes, you do. You've been practicing law for another period of time. You are an expert. Alright. You don't know, you don't believe that? Okay. You learned a trade. Okay, maybe you didn't go to school. Well, you learned a trade. Now, that's this particular trade that you learned. Maybe from one person in your street, maybe computer, maybe how to set up CCTV camera, it may be tailoring, it may be anything at all. By the time you do this thing consistently, let me tell you one thing fast. You don't become an expert at what you do occasionally or once in a while. Again, you don't become an expert at what you do occasionally or once in a while. You become an expert when you do it consistently, when you do it repeatedly. That means becoming an expert means you have learned your mistakes. Becoming an expert means you have learned the errors. You have learned the shortcut. You have learned the easy way. You have learned the hardest way to get something done. Expertise. I am an expert when it comes to book writing. Why? You know that's in this time, experience. And that's why it's called book writing. I'm an expert when it comes to goal setting. I'm an expert in those fields. In public speaking, I'm an expert. Why? Because I find myself doing them oftentimes, doing them every time, doing them always. What are you an expert at? Don't say you don't have any expertise in anything. You sure do. It is because you don't have time to sit down and ask yourself some questions. Which work are you currently doing? Anything you do for your friends, for your families, and they give you good commendation. Tell me, what are those things? They all have a point. They have something to say when it comes to you. So that is what on expertise. Expertise. Let me like to think on your gift and expertise. Think for a while. Just think. Think. Think, continue thinking. I was working on somebody's book some time ago. this particular person, when she was sharing her story with me, I almost teared, like I cried. This was somebody that at age 7, the father died. At age 10, she has been raped countless times. At 15 years of age, she couldn't do a day without sex. Until she met someone, undergo a therapy section, and her life changed. Her life turned around. Her life became whole. Then she stood up to become an advocate for the girl child. She stood up to become someone that will fight for the rights of children that are underage. She met this one about a book. To her, she said, what that thing, I don't have to write the book on. Then when I started asking her some questions, and I could see these tears in her eyes, I said to her, everything you are thinking about now, start putting them to you. Just say them as they happen. As he was telling me everything, I was listening. I said, come on, you've gone through a whole lot. You've gone through a whole lot. You've gone through a whole lot. And she read the book. If not for the agreement that we ghostwriters is that we must never tell you about the people we write for. If they tell you themselves, fine, but it is not for us to tell you. I have told you the book. I will get this book. But if I should tell you, you know, so I will tell you. This lady really went through a lot going on, but today it's a story. You failed so that you can teach others not to fail. You were disappointed so that you can guide people towards becoming appointed. Yes, you were. Tell me, your experience growing up, you were in an abusive relationship and you suddenly left. Everything became broken. You married the last person. Don't you think that's enough experience? It teaches you what you need to teach others. It tells you what you need to tell others if only you are careful enough to listen. I'm telling you, your experience that runs from your knowledge. What I saw good at, I'm good at book writing. I'm good at book setting, corporate training, speaking, consulting, coaching, mentoring. I can tell you that I want to teach you because I know. What is knowledge? Knowledge is what you know. Look at the KNOW. Know. Through learning that gives you an edge. Again, knowledge is what you know. Through learning that gives you an edge. So anything that will make others to run around you to ask for help based on something that you know, let me tell you, you are knowledgeable in that area. So looking at these 4 things, don't tell me you still don't have anything to write on. Don't tell me there is no book in you. Tell me not that you don't have to write on. Let me make you see them very well. Let's look at this. Look at this. Are you seeing that? The gifts, the expertise, the experience, and the knowledge. The gifts, the expertise, experience, and the knowledge. Now let's go back to what we have. So we're looking at unique proposition solution. Unique proposition solution. Now, have you done all of those things? Have you done them? You need to package them into content for people's consumption. Now, we'll talk about packaging them into content even before you make them a book. You can go into some various formats of content creation. Now, for format, we have the audio, we have the video, just like this. You have the audio visual. You get it now. So, and the written too, the text, so that your audience can be able to access you. Your audience can be able to get to reach you. You are useless if you know and I don't get to know that you know. You are useless if you know and I don't get to know that you know. So one of your products must get to me. One of your services must get to me. How you want to do it, then depends on you. But what do you going to share? Okay, so I've told you that you have you have expertise, you have experience, you have knowledge. Just that? No. Yeah, you make proposition solution. That's your gift. Remember the needs to tell you that talent, they are raw. They are not all that you need. They are not the basics. So once you have them, you are good to go. Now, this expertise, you rent them. I mean, but then there are some people that don't know how to go about how you went through it. That computer you learn easily. Some people didn't learn it easily. Some people were not able to get it the way you got it so quick. That's how you are here. How were you able to transform that passion into what is fetching money? How are you able to transform that singing into what is leading you to international stages, into what is taking you global? How are you able to transform all that? Your experience. How are you able to pack up your experience so that you not become change, that you that people were thinking you become a robber in the future, you not become a savior to them? How do you transform what you know into what people are seeking to learn? Is it only Wole Soyinka that knows about literature? No. Is it only Michael Faraday that knows everything about electricity? No. Is it only Isaac Newton that knows about physics or about Einstein? No. But why? Because they did something. That thing they did, that thing you did is what we call the solution. Do you now know? Because you did it, it is unique. Let me see. That thing you did to get the result you are getting is your solution. But because you are not that did it, it is unique to you. Now, this unique proposition solution contains 7 basic parts. It may be 7, it may be 5. Now, it is steps. Let's say for this now, how are you able to transform your singing ability into cash? It is for you to list. Okay, the first one is that I had a therapy, a voice coach that coaches me on how to effectively use my voice. I have this, I have that. That's the first step. Second step, I used to sing daily. Third step, I stayed away from this. Fourth step, I did this. Fifth step, then I sought for opportunities. Seventh step, like that. Number 5, number 6. It contains those steps that you use in getting what you want. Now, don't forget, these steps are what you can now use as your shouters. Chapter 1, how to have a good voice. Chapter 2, how to consistently use your voice. Number 3, how to seek for global opportunities with your talent as a singer. That's number 3. You see that now? Those were the steps you follow. They can now package them into chapters. The first chapter, solve the problem. Second chapter, solve the problem. Third chapter, and like that, like that, like that, like that. Unique proposition solution. It may be 6, it may be 7. You can start doing it now. Start doing it now. What are those steps that you took in getting the result that you ultimately desire? Write them out now. They have a lot to tell about the book they want to write. See, the world is expecting something great from you. You can't afford to lose the people looking up to you. Then, distinct solution system. See, every other thing in life is normal, but anything you set a system around becomes too abnormal, and abnormalities is what is leading the world now. Yes. If you are only normal, you may not get attention, you may not get income, you may not get visibility, you may not get the results that you ultimately desire if you are just normal. Think about this. Somebody just use the debt that you and I are throwing away, package it, and turn it into something that can generate light for you and I. Is such a person thinking normal? Is thinking abnormally. So we do things abnormally sometimes. Yes. That's it. Now, the extinct solution system. Every successful thing in life has a system around it. In this place, it concerns the steps to get the results you got. In this place, what were those things you did? Who did you meet? Okay, maybe you had to set up your own studio. Maybe you had to set up your own academy. Maybe you have to, start up an NGO just to achieve your aim. There are the systems around them. Maybe you indulge in partnership, in collaborations. There are the systems involved. There are distinct solution system. You need to get them. Then the last one is monoglobal strategy. Monoglobal strategy. What is monoglobal strategy? This kind of mono means one. Global strategy. That is that strategy that took you from your current position to your desired position. From your current position, DP, to desired CP, to desired position. That's DP. From CP to what? DP. From CP to DP. Current position to desired position. What took you? What are the strategies? What are strategies? Strategies are those plans. There are those tactics. There are those steps. There are those ways. Even there are manipulations to get a result. That's strategy. Now, your strategy is useful more to you. It's not you are sharing your trade secrets, but what were those steps involved in achieving your goals? What were those steps involved in getting your results that took you from your CP to your DP? Connect all of them together, match them together with this, then you get a book. The GIG, unique proposition solution, distinct solution system, monoglobal strategy. That will be all for today. I really appreciate you for listening to me. If you have any question, drop them in the comment section and I'll do justice to every one of them. Submit your assignment on preparing this and this. Go and think, go and imagine. This is not just a day class, even though it's just for one day. It's something that you need to do consistently. This video is something you need to be watching. Keep watching and keep watching and keep watching. Akolade Oluwatoba. Thank you for listening to me.